Jennifer starts off this hour in Philadelphia. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rachel. How are you guys?
Great. How can we help?
So my husband and I are on baby step 2, and I'm looking at the 7 baby steps, and I had a question about baby step 5, not to jump ahead, but my daughter is 27, and I just found out about you, in my defense, in March. So she has student debt, about $70,000, because Mom didn't pay for it. I had a different perspective prior to listening to you. So my question is, when I get to baby step 5, should I help her pay off her student debt, or is it now her responsibility because Mom didn't help sooner? Although I did give her $15,000 with my husband's help on her room and rent.
I don't know if I've ever had this question before. It's an interesting perspective, though, because usually it's the 27-year-old that calls us and says, I'm debt free. I paid off $70,000 student loan debt. Because technically, it's her debt that she took on. Yes. Was the guidance from you unknowing helping her into that situation of debt? Yes. But to a point, I'm like, It was her that did it, though. Do you know what I'm saying? It was her that got the education.
But I signed off on some of those loans with her because, again, I had a totally different perspective.
Sure,
I wish
totally.
I had totally.
I mean, are you a co-signer now? Is that what you're saying?
No, she is so responsible.
Okay.
She refinanced.
So you didn't sign off on anything then?
Well, I did, but then she refinanced.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she has $70,000 in student loan debt. What is her degree in?
She is a nurse. She has BSN.
Okay. And is she single?
She is.
What does she make?
Between $80,000 and $85,000, more than Mom.
Okay. You are a sweet lady. You do not owe this money. You do not owe this money.
Okay.
Your daughter is legally, morally, and capable of handling this.
Okay.
And mathematically capable of handling it. It's not you didn't harm her. You didn't set out with malice you didn't benefit from this in some way. This is not money you stole that was your daughter's from her trust fund. This is not anything like that. She simply went in student. I mean, no, you're not you're not liable. And I want to set you free. And I got a feeling your daughter doesn't think you're liable.
She doesn't. She actually is okay because her and I have talked about it. She's okay with paying it. Yeah. But I'm like, I
understand.
According to
you
these
feel
steps,
guilt.
I should have saved for her.
Yeah, you're a sweet lady. You're very sweet.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's just you have a good heart and a strong conscience, and that's a good thing. So if you were worth $20 million or $5 million or something like that, and you want to take $70,000 and write a check and pay it off, that would be fine. You're not in that situation. And if you did do that, it would not be a baby step 5 thing anyway. It would be a baby step 7 thing.
Right.
It would just be, I'm helping my kids because I'm rich.
I'm not there yet.
Well, you'll be there. You'll be there someday, but she'll be out of debt by the time you're there. So,
that's true story.
Yeah, and she's okay. You have not harmed her for life. She is not permanently scarred. She's not under some kind of burden she can't recover from. You have not destroyed her. She's fine. She's going to get her debts paid off. And I tell you what, let's let her go through Financial Peace University, and Rachel and I will pay for it. We'll give it to you, okay?
Oh wow, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, sign her up and send her through that, and just tell her that we're cheering for her.
Yeah, because Jennifer,
Thank
too,
you.
we when we talk to families on the baby steps, we tell them that, like, hey, if you're on baby step, 5 and your kid is a senior in high school and you don't have the money, college is not an entitlement. And you are not a bad parent for not helping fund college. There are ways to go to school debt-free. Now, I understand that this is the back end of that conversation of you maybe encouraging the student loans or telling it's not a big deal, all of that. So I get that guilt, but you have to let that go, Jennifer. I mean, I think that, Pete, we've had 2 calls on this stage with people that had student loans, and a nurse, literally in the first segment, and she worked her way out. So it is mathematically possible for your daughter
Oddly
to
enough,
become
she
debt-free.
paid off $80,000 when she was 33 years old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's very,
that's
very
right.
close.
That's
Very
right.
close. And it was a nurse.
So it's doable, but I think again, your heart behind it, Jennifer, is awesome, and I think that there could be a great goal because you wanting to, m- you know, quote unquote, fix that mistake that maybe you helped guide her in. Maybe you make a goal for yourself. And baby step 7, I want to take my daughter and we're going to go on a great vacation, and I want to
Yeah.
pay for it and enjoy it, and make that a goal for baby step 7. You can still do stuff to bless her and to love her, but you are not obligated, nor are you in a position yet to feel like you have to cover that 70,000
Yeah.
that's in her name.
Exactly. And but it is nice to talk to people with honor
Mm-hmm.
and that have a conscience
And that feel the responsibility as a parent too, right?
That's
Because it's
nice.
that feeling
That's
of
good.
like, man, I messed that one up and I want to go and repair that. So that's a very honest,
Yeah.
honest feeling. But the position you're in, Jennifer, I would keep going along, and she's going to be okay.